the government is admitting is that they believe that there are crafts that are operating that are outside of their understanding of physics.
They've never said that we have anything at all?
There have been people that have said, and this is a quote from the Pentagon, that there was off-world vehicles not from this earth. Mm-hmm. But who said that quote is what I was always confused about. It was like one of the top Pentagon official. It's like one of those things where it's like, wait a minute, who said that?
Yeah.
And what is the exact quote? How did you exactly say it? How much of this is clickbait? But I've talked to multiple pilots that have had encounters.
I got to know we got something.
And I don't know if it's ours, if it's a drone that we don't tell them about that moves in a way that defies our understanding of physics because it doesn't operate on a propulsion engine. It operates on something that's completely new and unique. And there have been thoughts about how a new and unique gravity-based propulsion system would work for decades. Astrophysicist Eric W. Davis, who spent years working as a consultant for the Pentagon UFO program and is now a defense contractor, gave a classified briefing to the Defense Department on what he called off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. In other words, spaceships. The bombshell quote came in the latest UFO report from the New York Times, which has owned the beat for the past several years. In December 2017, the paper reported on the existence of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, a Pentagon effort to investigate UFOs that was supposedly shuttered in 2012, but wasn't. The article, hailed as a historical inflection point in our attitudes regarding UFOs, implied the same message that the most recent one does. Basically, flying saucers are real.
Can I see a picture of Eric W. Davis?
Yeah, let's get a look at how much pussy Eric's getting.
I want to see this cat. I want to see how much I believe him based on his look.
Yes, let's just go.
Let's see what he looks like, just so I can see what he looks like.
Is that him?
No, that's here in Austin. Warp Drive Metrics. Consulting for the Department of Defense. That's it. Just go back and go to images, though,
is that him?
Jamie. Click on images so we can pick one for fun. You know, like so we can make a. Oh, that's him, dude. That is him. Wow, there's your dog.
Off-world technology.
Okay, so based on that first picture in the Hawaiian shirt,
yeah,
do we believe it?
I'm a little skeptical.
I'm skeptical. This, I don't know, dude. That Tommy Bahamas lead me down a weird line.
But if you're the Pentagon, you wanted to hire a guy.
That's the guy.
That's the guy.
That is the guy.
Because you don't want any distractions. You want a guy who's 100% invested. So he was back then too? What year is that? Is that Jacques Vallée?
It's like a white power.
Huntsville, Alabama?
Yeah, looks like it's him.
What is that Jacques Vallée with him?
It's LinkedIn, so yeah.
Interesting.
Wait, do you know what's crazy about what I just said about you saying that too?
What?
In that photo, I was just joking around saying, like, it looks like he's throwing up like a white power symbol, this guy. Like a Nazi salute.
Right.
You know what's insane?
What?
Huntsville. That's where the KKK was started.
Jesus.
Literally.
Is that Jacques Vallée with him? I think he's too old in that image.
I played that gig in Huntsville. Joe, we took a ride from Nashville down to Huntsville, and the driver was a really cool dude, really nice guy. And I was playing the Huntsville, whatever's down there. I don't know what it is down there in Alabama, but you do like a one show after Nashville. And we're driving, and he's like, you know NASA's right here? And I was like, oh, really? He's like, it's right there, dude. He's like, you won't see it? Yeah, if we have time, for sure. Drives by, seeing the outside of it. You know, they have fucking like rockets outside. It's dope as shit. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool. He's like, yeah, man, a lot of fucking nerds is going to be at your show from there, I'm sure. And I was like, yeah, but hopefully. And he goes, yeah, it's a cool little thing that they plopped it right down here by us. Down that road, KKK got started. I was like, oh, what a juxtaposition of that to that. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm not proud of it, but that's where it is. I was like, so right there is NASA, like the most brilliant minds on Earth, like a mile away from the most chaotically stupid people on planet. I was like, that's so, like, that's like, it's like universal, like comedy given to the Earth, where it's like NASA, complete insane shitheads a mile away from each other, where it was birthed. Yeah, where it was birthed. And I asked him if it was still over there, and he's like, I don't know, but I don't know. I was like, okay, so. Yeah, they're there.
Imagine if you were working on a base and they brought in some shit. Imagine if you're one of the guys someone's got to move those things around. They're not having the eggheads move them around.
No.
They're going to have guys like you and me.
Yeah.
If you and me were working on some fucking Air Force base, top secret clearance,
We'd be moving the
We
shit.
know how to shut the fuck up because all of our phones are bugged.
Right.
You know, like they bug everything. They
For
bug
sure.
your house. You make sure you're not talking any shit. You're not saying nothing.
Put a chip in your neck.
And then they wheel in this burnt up UFO. They're like, what is this? And they're like, shut the fuck up.
Nothing.
Get out of here.
Oh, they don't let anybody see that shit.
Well, someone has to move it in.
No, those guys do, but they tell your boss to get the fuck out of the building.
Right, but
but
if
what
you're one of
he's
those
saying-
guys that has to move it in,
Oh, those guys.
somebody has to move it in. They're not going to get the eggheads to move the
They're
thing.
talking about the eggheads. Like, what do they do?
No, if you have an enormous fucking spaceship
Yes.
and you're a guy like you and I were maintenance in Area 51.
We definitely are maintenance, dude.
100%.
I'm cranking away at something, and you're like, come on, brother, you gotta help me move this
Yeah.
fucking thing out this van.
We got to move this thing. And,
Ah,
and
shit.
we get it. It's got like a low hum to it.
Just putting out a cigarette next to it, like I don't know if it's could be
We
near
set
it.
down there. It's covered in fucking soot and dirt and shit.
Yeah,
And you're like, what the fuck is this?
it's dripping.
It crashed in the North Pole.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's leaking. Something's leaking out of it.
Bro.
It's oil or some shit.
Bro.
Are you tasting it?
Yeah, I'd taste it. You wouldn't taste it?
I don't know.
I'd taste it. Fuck it.